You gotta hear the number one reason why people stop coding. Let's go through this together. Hey, welcome to another video. I'm Peter. If it's your first time here and you want to learn coding and you want to stay motivated to reach that goal and change your life, then start now by subscribing and click the little bell icon so you don't miss anything. It is so easy to want to quit to code because it is such an uphill climb sometimes that you want to pull your hair out of your head and you want to just say, man, I will never get it all in my brain. Well, I'm just being honest. I'm never sugarcoating it up in here. I'm just saying that is how it is. I would go so far to say that if you haven't considered quitting coding, you are inhuman. This is a tough road, dude. This is a tough road. And I'm going to talk to you about the number one reason why people stop coding in just a minute. But I want to take you there through something very profound that a famous writer said about 100 years ago. His name was F. Scott Fitzgerald, and he had his share of uphill climbs too, believe me. And one of his famous sayings was this: don't confuse a single defeat with a final defeat. That is a hugely meaningful statement. Don't confuse a single defeat with a final defeat. Now you know that here at Coding Connections, I am all about keeping you on the road to learn to code. So let's break down that statement and find the real meaning behind it. So what this dude is saying is that there are two types of defeat. There's the single defeat and there's the final defeat. Now the single defeat is the kind where you can pick yourself back up and pull yourself up by the bootstraps, dust yourself off, and get back on the learning road. Now don't get me wrong, that type of defeat can be rough. I know, dude. I know, I have been there. But learning to code is rough. Sometimes you think to yourself, man, I will never get this stuff into my head, and you want to throw in the towel. I know. And that's when you need to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, is this going to be the final defeat? Because as an aspiring coder, you are going to have multiple single defeats, countless single defeats, and that's okay. But as a coder, you need to never confuse that single defeat with a final defeat, because that can only mean one thing. That means that you have quit and all your dreams of being a coder disappear. Don't confuse 500 single defeats as a final defeat. Don't confuse 5,000 single defeats as a final defeat. You have one rule as an aspiring coder, and this is it. Don't quit. And that brings us to the number one reason why people stop coding. They quit. They quit. And then they just become a coulda, shoulda, woulda. Now you may have been a quitter in the past, we all have, but that does not mean that you need to be a quitter now. You may have quit on 10,000 dreams before you started coding, but that does not mean you need to be a quitter now. You do not have to be a quitter. You can keep going when it gets frustrating. You can come in here, leave a comment, and I will get back to you and I will keep you on the road. We are here about community. We are building an awesome community where we can support each other and bring resources together and just kick each other's butts when we feel like quitting. And you can keep going, dude. You can keep going and you can learn to code. And if you want to follow my coding progress and feel like we are on the road together, because that's what we are, and stay motivated, then right here is where you start. This is a playlist. You can get to know me a little bit better. Join the community. That's what we are about up in here. Join the community. We want you. And I honestly do want to hear from you. I want to hear about your frustrations. I want to hear about your successes. That's what we are talking about here on Coding Connections. Leave a comment. Let us know where you're at, what you're studying. Are you working on some project right now? Are you in the throes of frustration? If you are, dude, just let it out in the comments. That's what we are here for. We're here to help you. We're here to kick your butt when you need it, and we are here to celebrate your successes with you. We are going to get through this together. We will learn to code, and we will get through this marathon. We'll see you in the next video, man. Later, Gators. Rock on. What do you say when you want to quit? I don't quit.